why does the fuel pump keep running? And will replacing the TIPM module with a new one, one that's programmed to the car, will fix it?
Yeah, good question. So if you unplug the connector or connectors that go to the PCM, does the fuel pump stop running?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So if that's the case, then the TIPM is most likely the cause. Now, if you wanted to just isolate the power supply wire from the PCM to the TIPM to make sure it is the TIPM, you could, for a test, you could cut that particular wire, in the harness where it would separate the PCM from the TIPM. The TIPM continues to run. Well, then you know for a fact, it's not the PCM. For a fact it's the TIPM. So, but I will say this: the TIPM goes bad all the time on these vehicles. So yes, I do believe you're going to have to replace that TIPM in order to fix this issue.
How often do they go? Because I'm in Sarasota, Florida,
Mm-hmm.
and for some reason the dealer doesn't want to deal with those cars. Precisely the vehicle that I have, 2012 and older, they don't want to deal with it.
Okay. So
they don't even want to diagnose it.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know why that would be the case, but obviously that's out of your control. That's out of my control. There's nothing I can do about that. And again, I'm sorry to hear that, but I would just focus on getting this thing fixed. So if you're going to take matters in your own hands, you're going to have to run that test. So that wire that I'm talking about it's a brown wire that runs from the PCM over to your TIPM. It's a fuel pump signal wire. It's going to go into pin number 84 at connector 1 at the PCM. It starts at the PCM, connector 1, pin 84. It's a brown wire, and then it goes over to the TIPM on connector 1, pin 40. And it remains a brown wire all the way from the PCM all the way to the TIPM. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would probably just cut that wire and if the fuel pump remains running, well, the PCM cannot control that fuel pump relay if that brown wire is cut. So then the problem is in the TIPM.
So if cut and it still runs, then it's going to be the TIPM.
Yes, sir. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Cool. And then you also said something about that's troubleshooting from the PCM to the TIPM. Now, how about the TIPM to the fuel pump? Is there any troubleshooting there?
You could remove fuse M25.
Okay.
Or the fuel pump relay. This relay is separate, right? You can pull that relay out, or no?
Yeah, no, that was just a wire that had fuses on both ends that was used to bypass it, but that didn't work either, so we took it out.
Okay.
So we only have that fuse and 25.
Okay, so you could pull that fuse out and make sure that the fuel pump stops running, and if so, then everything is good from that fuse over to the fuel pump.
Okay, yeah, it did. Well, I do have the information on that, and we did pull it out, and it did stop.
Okay, all right.
What does that tell me?
That tells us everything from fuse 25 over to your fuel pump is good.
Any other troubleshooting that I should take note of?
No, sir. I think that should do it.
And what's the average replacement cost for the TIPM?
Is this to have a dealership do it, or to have if you're going to do it yourself?
We're gonna do it on our own. We're basically they're gonna we have one from junkyard, so we're gonna either program that or get a new one from the dealer. But I don't know what's the best option.
There is no necessary programming that you're really going to need to do with an aftermarket scanner, or with either aftermarket or factory scanner. I'm looking at the installation procedure for this TIPM. Step number 8: insert the key and turn it to the run position and wait 12 seconds. The TIPM will collect the necessary vehicle configuration and VIN data from the CCN and the PCM at this time. After 12 seconds, turn the ignition key to the off position and then back to the on position and verify proper vehicle system operation.
Okay, so I should do it 12 seconds and then off and then on right away.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and if that doesn't do it, then what do I do? then it's probably
Then you need to bring it to the dealership and have them do it.
okay. Got it. Thanks, man.
All right,
Appreciate this call.
you bet. You're welcome. Any other questions while we're on the phone?
Now walk me through what happens with battery drains, just in case there's something else that goes off in the future, or maybe right after we fix the TIPM.
I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time understanding you. What exactly is your question? Walk you through what causes the battery to drain. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Well, on this particular circuit or in general?
In this particular circuit, like why would it drain?
Well, something on the inside of the TIPM is either shorted or bad, causing the fuel pump circuit to stay on constantly. So I don't know what it would be. You if you want to find out, you could open up the TIPM and take a look at the fuel pump circuit if you got time. I don't know what it would be. I'm sure there might be a common cause. I don't know it off the top of my head. At the shop, we wouldn't have time to sit there and dissect it. In the shop, time is money, so we would just fix the problem and move on. But you could certainly open it up and take a look and find out why it's causing that.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
All right, you bet. You're welcome. Good luck, okay?
Thank you.
You bet. Bye-bye.